channel. Today I'm going to show you guys just how easy it is to sell your pre-owned items on Poshmark. I'm an avid seller on Poshmark and I've sold over 100 items. So I feel as if I have some tips and tricks for somebody who's new in order to make their selling experience on Posh much easier. To start off, I'm going to take you through the process of listing an item on Posh. So first you're going to start off by either uploading pictures or taking pictures right there on the spot. So Poshmark lets you have up to 8 photos per item that you list. Take advantage of all 8 of these photos to avoid questions being asked by buyers for more pictures. So I always take a picture of the front, the back, the logo, the size, and maybe even an up close of the material. This is going to make purchasers and buyers faster to hit the buy now button. Now you're going to move on to your title and description. In your title, it's always best to state the brand of the item as well as the size. So to give you guys an example, I'm always going to say my brand first. So I'm going to say Lululemon top size 6. That's going to attract more people when they're searching. Also in your description is kind of where you write a little personal message about your item. So that's where you're going to input the condition of the item. This is really important. So you always want to be honest about the condition because that really affects how much somebody's going to pay for the item as well as if the buyer is going to be happy with the item. So it's never good to try to increase the condition of an item because at the end of the day, the item will just come right back to you.
Here's what my screen looks like as I'm listing an item on Poshmark. Here I have my thorough pictures as well as my title. And then we'll move on to the description where I'm going to state my condition as well as the category, the size, the brand, the color, as well as an original price value along with your listing price and your earnings, which is minus 20% in Posh fees. So if you're new to Posh, be prepared to answer those questions like you saw.
So even though it's really important in the description to write the condition of the item, the pictures also can say 1,000 words of what the condition truthfully is. So if you take good pictures, you can keep your description short and less complicated. So now onto the price. So on Posh, you can price your item at whatever you please. So I think this is pretty great because people like myself have paid a variety of ranges and price for the item. So when choosing your price, you should know that on Poshmark, a buyer can either make an offer on your item as well as hit the buy now button. So as I'm pricing, I'm always going to price $10 higher than the lowest I'm going to accept for my item just to leave room for respectful offers. So while the offer button is a gift and a curse because you will get some lowball offers, and please don't let that steer you away from accepting a low offer when your item is truthfully worth more than that. A good buyer will come along and you'll just have to be patient sometimes. I've also realized how to make the shipping process really easy. So Poshmark, either the buyer or the seller will pay for the prepaid label. You don't have another option with Posh other than to go with their label. That might seem kind of controlling at first, but then once you realize how great and easy the Poshmark labels are to print, and the package is actually a 2-day priority mail, which makes it really great because if you ship the item out as soon as possible, the buyer could have the item at their doorstep within 2 days. So since you're the seller, you're responsible for packaging up your item and shipping it out. So like we said, the labels are prepaid, so that's really easy. You simply get an email from Posh and it's going to have an attached PDF with your shipping label. So you simply just print it out, and mind you, like we said, it's priority mail. So priority mail envelopes look like this, and these are free from the post office and also you can order them online for free. So since you have a priority mail prepaid postage, you're allowed to use these and get these for free. So my best advice for you is when you're first starting to sell on Posh, I would go to the post office and pick up, these are my favorite. These are just like plastic mailers, as well as multiple boxes for different sizes that you're going to be selling. So it's always nice to have a wide selection of mailers on hand to be prepared for when your item sells. It's always best to ship out the item as fast as possible so that your buyer can get it and accept your order so that you can get your money as well. So you'll see it as a buyer on Posh. I kind of see a variety of ways of how people ship out their items. So people will go above and beyond and buy their own packages and stickers and fun notes to put inside. But my method as a seller is just to make sure that I always have a nice clean mailer or box, as well as an awesome product inside. Also, I think fast shipping goes a long way. Also, to save money and ensure that you're not spending too much money on packaging, I actually buy my packaging tape from the dollar store because I find that it's much cheaper than buying all the expensive brands like Scotch from Target per se, when this is just the same thing. So before this video concludes, I just want to talk about one more thing. Since I'm an avid seller online, I really like to communicate with my buyers on more of a personal level. So for instance, once a buyer purchases something from me, I like to comment on their page and tell them thanks for the purchase and let them know when I'll be shipping out their item. This is kind of my way of acknowledging the purchase and letting them know shipment is going to be soon. So at this point in the selling experience, you're probably wondering, at which point do I get my profit? So this is going to happen after the item is shipped and delivered to the buyer. After the item is delivered to the buyer has 3 days to accept the purchase. So if the buyer doesn't accept, on the 4th day, your profit will automatically be released to you. Do not forget that Poshmark takes 20% off of what the item was sold for. So then at this point, you can either use your profits or your commission, as I would call it, as credit, or you can set up a direct deposit as well as a check. I hope this video gave more insight for those who are new to selling on Posh. Thanks for watching and subscribe to see more videos like this.